Hello, what is up? What's good? Welcome into the OnlyBets Sports Podcast Tuesday edition alongside Stern Bets, Drew DeLucchi. I am the Prince of Picks. We've got a great show lined up for you guys today. Of course, in the soccer world, we've got Champions League taking place here as we are entering the second leg of the semifinals. So we're really excited to get into that. Of course, Major League Baseball in full swing tonight as well. NBA playoffs. We have the NHL as well. One game on the ice tonight. So a little bit of a lighter slate, but we'll be sure to still give you our best plays, bets, and angles for all of those. Before we do that, if you guys can do a real quick favor, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is that you listen to us. Just give us a real quick rate, review, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. It helps a lot in terms of getting this show out to more potential listeners. Let me go ahead and bring in my co-host, Mr. Stern Betts. Mr. Moshe, good morning. Happy Tuesday. How'd you do yesterday?
Happy Tuesday indeed. I did okay. Listen, 2 for 2, not exactly where I want to be. One of the losses was a half a unit, so that does help. End of the day, basically even. Red Sox, Tigers, first 3 under 2.5. That cash, despite Tariq Skubal being out and now requiring surgery, which is going to be interesting. Brewers lost. Yankees first inning money line, that hit, no problem. That was a great bet. Unfortunately, the Angels couldn't get it done. Jose Soriano had a really rough day. Looking for him to bounce back next time, but Yankees got it done, and I'm pretty sure the Yankees saved my overall day because I had them in about 4 different plays. Drew, going to welcome you in. How did you do yesterday? Pass the buck.
Yeah, I went 1 and 2 on the straights, but I hit my home run. I hit my home run bet.
Both of you
Both
guys hit your home
outputs.
run bets. Both of you.
Yeah,
Aaron Judge and was it Riley?
yeah, Austin Riley.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. That was a great time. Sorry for interrupting. Keep going.
And then Mike Conley was easy. He hit in the first half, so not a bad day. Luckily for the Gilbert one, I did half a unit on. So overall, with the sprinkle, made profit on the day for the other ones. So yeah.
And Prince, yourself, how did you do yesterday? And then we'll get into on your best bets. Excited to get into baseball today. What do you got?
Yeah, for sure. By the way, Drew, that was a solid look on Mike Conley, by the way. So I got to give you a shout out on that. Well done there. But for me, guys, we went 4 and 2 yesterday on the official show plays. Hearts, Rangers, both teams scored over 2.5. That hit over in the Scottish Premier League. We hit our hockey parlay. It was a draw no bet, 2 legs. One of them pushed, but the other leg hit. So that's a win for me. On our baseball parlay team total, Yankees, Braves over 2.5. That hit as well. And then we got the Sixers, Knicks over 212.5. The Knicks almost covered that on their own. So that was pretty easy blowout there for the Knicks. 4 and 2, I'll take it. And yeah, we'll look to expand on that today.
Yeah. All right. Going with the new format, we're just going to kind of try to move through these as fast as we kind of can. And then we can come back at the end. If anybody has questions, feel free to request and we'll bring you on at around 12:15. All right. Drew, I'm going to go to you first. What is your first play in the MLB today?
Yeah, my first play in the MLB, it's probably my favorite play of the MLB for outs. We'll go to the Rays game. The Rays, double check something real quick. I have it right here. Yeah, the Rays are facing the Blue Jays with Drew Rasmussen. A lot of the Blue Jays do really well against his pitch mix. They've a lot of them have faced Drew Rasmussen, but it hasn't been as recently as you would think. But Drew Rasmussen's only covered 17.5 outs twice. But out of his 6 starts, he gets something I noticed with him. He doesn't really have that high of a ground ball rate, a lot of line drives, and they're playing in a closed dome stadium that's going to have a lot of humidity. And I expect the ball to travel. The Blue Jays offense is more healthy and full intact. And I think to get Drew Rasmussen for under 17.5 outs at minus 125 is really good value.
You said the over under 17.5 outs is minus 125?
Yeah, his under is minus 125.
So shop your lines, everyone just listening. And if you can cash that out, I see plus 105 on MGM, minus 104 on DK, minus 108 on FanDuel. But definitely a good look. Would you sprinkle a little extra on it at the plus money?
I would probably still, if it's like plus one or something, I still put like a unit on it. Yeah, I would still put a unit on it at plus money.
All right. Yes, sir. Putting it in right now. I also have a play in this game. I'm just going to roll right into it. I really like this one. This is going to be Blue Jays, Rays, first three under 2.5. I know the juice is at minus 140. I can double check to see if there is a better price out there. But essentially, Kevin Gausman has opponents hitting against him the first time around the order at just 100. All right. Opponents are batting just 100 the first time around the order, which is essentially the first three innings. Drew Rasmussen has opponents batting 154. Both have B plus or better underlying metrics. Importantly, they have really good strikeout to walk ratios, which show that they both have decent control. And if I'm looking at these two offenses, they rank 21st and 23rd in runs scored in the first four innings. I really like these two pitchers to keep on rolling and the offenses to be stifled early. So I'm going to take the first three under 2.5 at minus 140 on this game. Drew, do you have any quick reactions to that play?
No, I definitely agree with what you said. I'm actually just looking forward to watch that game in general. It's going to be a fun game to watch with the Stars in that game.
Yeah. All right. What's your next play? Where are we going next?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my final one. Would be go to the Orioles at the Marlins. They're facing Sandy Alcantara. I like, and I think I double checked the best value for is over 18.5. It looks like is plus 140 at Fanatics, which is really good value. I think DK's plus 121. The reason I like this is Sandy's only had 3 home starts this year. He's covered in 2 out of the 3. 2 of those, I know, actually, no, he's had 4 home starts. My bad. He's covered in, I think, 3 out of 4. 2 of those starts, he had a complete game, and the other one, 8.2 innings. His last 2 away starts, he's only went 6 innings, but he has gone 100 plus pitches. So the Marlins rely on him to go deep, and he'll only go out when he thinks he's go out. And against the Orioles team has been hot. We saw them, limit free to 5.1 innings and Schlittler to 5.2. But they are a free swinging team. Sandy's very pitch to contact and produces a pretty big ground ball rate because of his sinker. So I expect him to go deep in this game, and I wouldn't be. I expect him to at least go 100 pitches. So I like the odds of that, especially for a pitcher who doesn't really walk much people, and the Orioles don't walk that much at all because they're very high chase rate. So yeah,
So sorry, just tell me one more time. What's the play? Over 17.5?
18 over 18.5 at plus 140.
Okay, fantastic. Getting on that.
And I would do half a unit on that because it's plus 140.
Yeah, I will say I do have a lean on the over in the game. Not to say that Sandy can't stay in. He is the ace that is an inning eater for them, and they really don't have that great of a bullpen, so they probably want him to go as long as possible. I would just be careful in this game overall. I think both pitchers can really kind of struggle early on. It's going to be interesting to see how this one ends up. I have a lean to the Marlins early and a lean to Baltimore late. Meaning I'm fading the Marlins bullpen. All right, let me get into my second play of the day. This is going to be the Mets. This is now okay. Mets minus 1.5, minus 105. That's the play, full unit. All right. This is just a highly probable delay or schedule change for today. There was like a 93% chance of rain, but just in case that this game did take off, I really wanted to get on the Mets side of things. Freddie Peralta and his quality starts and great underlying metrics, featured by a 30% whiff rate to a 4.8% barrel rate. And then we're going to be fading Michael Lorenzen, who has had serious problems this year. He did have his best outing of the season going up against the Mets just 2 starts ago, where he gave up 1 run over 7 innings. But when you look at the overall picture of that game, he actually gave up 7 hits, so a hit per inning, which isn't that great. And if you're looking at all of his underlying metrics together, the fact that his home ERA so far is an 8.56 isn't just a fluke. Pitching at altitude in a batter-friendly park is hard. Mets do have a good lineup, even if the first month didn't really represent that. I know that the sharp money is backing the home dogs in Colorado, but Colorado has lost the last 5 games by at least 2 runs and have had their bullpen stretched. New York, on the other hand, has actually had good production over their starting pitching, have a decent advantage in the bullpen, decent advantage on offense. Everything screams to me that New York should get this done by multiple runs here. I'm just going to take the Mets minus 1.5. But again, just be careful. I mentioned it. The Sharps are on the other side of this. There is weird weather coming in that always throws things off. But by no means can I imagine that Michael Lorenzen does better in cores. I especially since he's just faced them just 2 starts ago. Drew, do you have any thoughts on this game?
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Lorenzen has been up and down, so I kind of like it. I mean, also Ray now could produce more offense too, because the starting pitchers have to go out, and then the relievers have to pitch a lot of the game.
Yeah. All right, Prince, I'm going to go to you. Do you have any plays in the MLB today? I think you probably have a team total parlay, and I may have a suggestion or two if you do to sprinkle a little bit extra on there.
Cool. Yeah, I do actually have a team total parlay, so we'll get right into it. I'm looking at the Twins over 2.5, Yankees over 2.5, and the Athletics over 1.5. That three-team parlay comes in at minus 115. Basically, what I'm doing here, I'm taking three teams who are in the top 10 in batting averages right now in the major leagues, and we're going against two suspect pitching staffs in the Nationals and the Phillies. And then the Rangers, of course, with Jacob deGrom, anything's possible, but I just love the weather conditions here in New York, and really all three of these games. You have the wind blowing out, you have a strong wind blowing out, and so I think we have a really favorable conditions here for teams to put up a lot of runs. So I like the Twins, Yankees, Athletics. Twins and Yankees over 2.5, Athletics just over 1.5. That comes in at minus 115.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I do lean Nationals today over the Twins for sure. I think the Yankees have been extremely hot, and I know DeGrom is DeGrom, but you know what? They're going to get to that bullpen sooner or later. I like this. I like these looks a lot, and I'm excited to look forward. This is going to be a great game, great day today for baseball. All right, there was one game that I wanted to discuss before we move on to our next segment, and that's going to be LA versus Houston. Now, it's not a play by any means, but Shohei Ohtani is on the mound versus Peter Lambert, who's actually done quite well. Lean on the under early there. Just wanted to see if either of you guys have a thought, and then I'll go through my two leans and we'll get through our home run plays, and then we'll get on out of here to get into basketball. Any thoughts, Drew, on the LA versus Houston?
No, I have no thoughts on that game. I'll kind of stay away from him. Also, Shohei's just going to pitch today, by the way, because he wants to focus on pitching.
Yeah. All right, so let me give my two leans today, and then we'll get to our home run plays of the day. Phillies. All right, 21 miles per hour blowing out left. Temperatures hovering around 80 degrees. Luis Severino could get into trouble early. Both, I expect to see runs early that game. I wouldn't mind a yes run first inning. I'm going to have to see. I'm going to do a little bit more and just research into that if I can during work so that I can see if I can get a play there. But the other lean that I have is the Brewers. Andre Palante has a good game, bad game, good game, bad game. And last time was a good game. So we're due for a bad game. I can't really trust Brandon Sproat on the Milwaukee, but it does look like he might be turning the corner positively when you're looking at his pitching, when you look at his pitches and the progression for the season, despite the fact that he gave up 7 runs in the last 2 outs. All right, let's get into home run plays of the day. Prince, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so give me Kyle Schwarber in that same Phillies game. I like the conditions a lot there, and of course Schwarber, one of the better hitters in the league. So give me Schwarber here at plus 209.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a really good look. Drew, who do you got?
I'm going to go with another Philly, Bryce Harper plus 375. Actually, he's plus 359 for that, so you can probably shop him elsewhere on DK. But he's 3 for 8 against Severino lifetime, and all those 3 hits are home runs, and the wind is blowing 17 miles per hour out to left center field. It's Christopher Sanchez pitching for the Phillies, so I don't want to touch somebody for the A's. Probably have to on the bullpen because he's been their ace, and he doesn't give up much home runs, more so hits. So I love this Bryce Harper value, especially since he's been hot and he owns this pitcher.
Okay, so we're all going with Phillies.
Nice.
I have Adolis Garcia. He has the hardest hit percentage of the Phillies club. He has 51.7% hard hit rate. And the barrel rate's at 9%. And if you remember just a few weeks ago, that was dipping below 8. So it's definitely coming up in the direction that I expect. And obviously we all expect Luis Severino to struggle just a little bit in the incredible hitting conditions of Philadelphia today. All right. Where are we going next, Prince? What's our next segment?
You want to do basketball, NBA?
Yeah, let's do NBA. Why don't you recap us with what happened yesterday? Because that was just wild.
Yeah. So the Knicks, of course, they beat the brakes off the Sixers. Ended up being, I think, a 30, 40-point win, something like that. Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt like it was a Knicks spot, especially with the Sixers coming off that Game 7, a quick turnaround. The Knicks obviously having another extra day rest. Plus, a lot of their starters didn't even play that much against Atlanta, and that other blowout. Knicks coming off of back-to-back blowouts now in terms of their wins. But yeah, so Knicks kind of did what we expected. I still don't think this series is over. I mean, obviously it's just his first game, right? But I'm still on the Sixers to be competitive in this series. I did play them plus 2.5 on the series spread, so I think that's still a good chance of hitting. I don't think too much into this game one, and we'll see what happens in game two. And then going on to the other game, the Wolves and Spurs. That was a throwback game. That was like '90s basketball through and through there. Defensive battle, both teams just playing super hard. I mean, I think it was a great advertisement for the NBA, honestly. And of course, Wemby breaking the all-time record for blocks in a playoff game. 12 blocks for Victor Wembanyama. Unbelievable. This guy's just the ceiling, the sky is just a limit for this guy. I mean, he truly is an alien, and if he can just provide anything offensively, I think the Spurs are in good shape here. He had a tough night offensively last night, but if he can put that part of his game together with the defensive side, I think the Spurs will get right back into this series. So unfortunately, he missed a buzzer beater at the end, but I'm not too worried about it. I think this is going to be probably a 6 or I think both of these series could be 6 or 7 games, to be honest with you.
Sorry, trying to find that mute button. Is there any value right now on the Spurs and the series line, or like how can we capitalize on it?
Yeah, I think there is. To be honest, I haven't looked at that line yet this morning. As they're coming down, obviously 0-1 in the series. I'm sure there is probably considerable value on the Spurs right now. I still kind of like the Spurs overall to win this series. So obviously you're going to get a better price now with them being down 0-1 to the Wolves, but. This is going to be a tough series, though. I would, if you're going to do it, I mean, I wouldn't put too much on it because I do think this is, especially with Ant looked incredible last night. First game back on a minutes restriction. He looked like he hasn't lost a step or anything. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Io at some point, I expect him to come back. I mean, he's dealing with the calf injury, so TBD on him. But in any case, yeah, to answer your question, I think there's value on the Spurs. Absolutely. I think there's value on the Spurs right now.
Okay, it's minus 186, which is a little bit steep for me on FanDuel, but definitely interesting look for sure. Who do you got tonight for a play? Who are we going to play on? Play in? No, that was last week's joke.
Play.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we got 2 games, of course, tonight. We got the Cavs and Pistons, and then the Lakers and Thunder. So we'll start in chronological order. Cavs Pistons, of course, 7 p.m. Eastern tip. I'm on the Cavs tonight, plus 3.5. I actually like the Cavs in this series. I think this is a bad matchup for Detroit. I really like Cleveland in this entire series, specifically tonight as well. And I think Detroit's scoring woes are going to come back to bite them in this one. I think they got away with it against Orlando, but they're not going to get away with it against Cleveland. And they're going to need somebody other than Cade Cunningham to produce on a consistent basis offensively. And I think in a playoff series, right, you're able to kind of single in on one guy. And when the Cavs do that, I question who's going to be that second guy for Detroit to pick up the scoring. So I think Jalen Duren is in for a tough task against Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And you got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, you got 2 scoring options there. And I just think offensively, Cleveland's just going to have too much for Detroit, in my personal opinion. So I like Cleveland here tonight. I also like them in the series as well. And then moving on to the other game, of course, Thunder and Lakers. Everyone's predicting the Thunder for a 4-0 sweep in this one. Of course, I'm with them on that. I don't think the Lakers have much chance at all in this series. It's not just me being a Lakers hater. It's more so just the fact that they're not very good with or without Luka. And without Luka and an aging LeBron who's already been tasked to carry the load here in the first round of the playoffs, this Thunder team is different. They're just a different piece altogether. And I think they're going to come out here well rested, of course, coming off the 4-0 sweep against my Phoenix Suns. So they're going to be rested, ready to go here at home. They're an excellent home team, I think. They laid on the Lakers here. I told you guys before, I hesitate laying anything bigger than 14.5. I think the spread is around 16 right now. So I'm not going to lay the points, but what I will do is take the Thunder team total over 115.5. I don't really think the Lakers have anything defensively that can slow down this Thunder offense. So give me the Thunder team total over 115.5.
I like that look a lot. I think that's a really sharp look. And yeah, I'm excited to be watching these games. No plays for me personally. I think I might be done unless an extreme value spot kind of opens up for me in the NHL or the MLB. I like to work along the muck of many, many games, and maybe some are being overlooked. It gets harder and harder as the playoffs go on. So kudos to you, Prince. But Drew, do you have any thoughts tonight in the NBA and any place that we want to get to?
Yeah, I have one play tonight. It's a player prop, and I think it's really good value. Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes at -140. He's covered this 4 to 6 times in the Rocket series, and most of his offensive production has come from just shooting threes, and he's been taking a bigger role, trying to be, the 3-point sniper for the Lakers, as we saw in the Rocket series. And usually he's been averaging like 4 to 5 threes per game. There was one game where he only shot like 2 against the Rockets. So against the Thunder, you're going to need to hit your threes. Personally, I know the Thunder can defend the three pretty well, but something with the Thunder is they are susceptible to giving up the three. So yeah.
I like that a lot, actually, Drew. I think based on default, right? Somebody's got to put up the threes for the Lakers. They can't just be Luke Kennard. So, yeah, I think Marcus Smart is in for at least some volume three-pointers, and all we need is to make two. I like that play a lot.
All right, jumping on it right now. Any other thoughts, Prince, on the NBA before we move into hockey?
No, nothing for me. We'll just have to wait to see how these series unfold, and we'll, of course, adjust our thoughts and our opinions accordingly.
Awesome. Let's get into it. Yesterday was an awesome NHL hockey playoff game. It really was amazing. The Flyers, unfortunately, I think that they were the better team overall. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done in overtime. The Hurricanes won that one. It was like 11-1 to start overtime in terms of shots towards the Flyers on the Flyers side against Carolina. I don't understand how they didn't win it. But anyway, Prince, give us a little recap and what are we looking for tonight?
Yeah, so to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to hockey yesterday. I was pretty locked in on the NBA. So I know, like I said, we hit our parlay, our Jarno bet parlay. Of course, the Knights ended up taking care of the Ducks, which we kind of thought that would happen. Hurricanes and Thriller, overtime over the Flyers, so taking a 2-0 lead there. Not much of a recap for me, to be honest with you. And then tonight, I know we got the Wild and the Avalanche. I'm probably leaning towards the Avalanche. Nothing official for me yet, but I'll do a little more digging into that. And if I come up with anything, you guys can I'll post it on X. You guys can follow me over on X at Prince of Extend, and I'll be sure to post anything there if I come up with anything.
Fantastic. Yeah. No place for me. Like I said, it gets harder and harder the more we get down to it. Drew, do you have any thoughts on the games tonight or any place that you want to get to?
Yeah, I actually do have a play in hockey.
Right.
I do.
What are we
I
looking
have.
at?
Yep, I have a player prop play that I like. Believe it or not, anytime goal scorer. It's not one of those where it's like plus 300, but we'll go with it's plus 145. We're gonna go with Mr. Matt Boldy. I feel like in order for the Wild to be successful in the series, Matt Boldy's gonna have to show up like he's been showing up in this series. He's been showing up this playoffs like we expect. Matt Boldy, if you look at it, he had 42 goals and 85 points in 76 games. He's already, I think he's had like 6 goals already. This playoffs. Boldy now also has 12 goals and 21 points in 25 career playoff games, including 11 goals and 17 points in 13 playoff games last year and this year. So he's only getting better and better each year, and he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And I think to get him at plus 145 for a historical dominant start to a postseason career, he's going to have to be able to score in order to win against the Avalanche.
All right. And is that a full unit play or are you going to dip it down a little bit because it's such plus money?
Yeah, usually for anytime goal scorers, I'll dip it down. I would personally do what I'm going to do. It's plus 145. I'm going to probably do 0.7 units. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Let's get into soccer today. Prince, we got Champions League, right? Is that tomorrow? No, that's today. I'm
Yep.
very excited. Yes, last week was bangers of a match on both sides. One was pro goals, one wasn't. But what can we expect today?
Yeah, so we're of course we got Champions League today and tomorrow. Today's match is going to be Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. Of course, tomorrow is the other one, PSG and Bayern Munich. But we'll go ahead and cover today's right now. Again, that's Arsenal at home taking on Atletico Madrid. Aggregate scoreline 1-1, so everything to play for in this one. But I like both teams to score in this one. I'm going to play that at -110. I don't really trust either defense here in this one. Both defenses have been rather leaky over the past several games. Especially, of course, anytime you're dealing with Atletico Madrid, there's always goals that are possible on both ends. Now, last time they played in Arsenal did win 4-0 against Atletico. That was a few months ago, but I'm expecting a little bit of a different result in this one. I don't think we're going to see quite the lopsided victory, I would say, in this one. I lean towards Arsenal on a side here, but officially here, I think we see both teams score. Again, I just don't really trust either defensive team in their current form. So give me Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Both teams score -110.
Fantastic. And just I don't know if this is annoying. Let me know if it is, but it's -105 right now on MGM. With a boost that I got to get it to +110.
Yeah. Hold on. Never annoying, and it's always best to give our listeners the best possible value out there. So for sure, let me know, or let them know.
Okay.
Let us know. Let us all know. We want to know.
Okay. We're all learning together. We're all just trying to do the best we can. All right. Is there any other soccer plays that you want to give out today? Not crazy amount of volume in terms of what we have, but there is something, right?
You know what? Not really. It's a pretty light day on the pitch. I do have. I guess there's another parlay. I'll go ahead and give it out here. I was just gonna give it on the VIP channel, but let me give you guys one more play at
Yeah,
least.
extra
Why not?
picks,
Right?
bonus.
Yeah. Let's let's give it out. So I'm also looking at Arsenal on a double chance and under 3.5 goals. And I'm going to parlay that with the match tonight in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Tigres on a double chance. You get that around -111. Again, I don't think although I think both teams to score in Arsenal and Madrid, I don't think we're going to get over 3 goals in that one. I can see like a 2-1 scoreline either way. Like I said, I kind of lean towards Arsenal. So I guess if you want to put a correct score, 2-1 Arsenal would be another way to play that, right? I think it's kind of correlated to my BTTS play. But in any case, then Tigres, of course, at home against Nashville. MLS teams struggle when they go to Mexico. So with Tigres already up 1-0 in this one, I think Nashville's going to have to chase the game, and that's going to cause problems for them in Mexico. So I really like Tigres tonight, parlayed with as a double chance with Arsenal double chance and under 3.5.
Fun. Putting that in right now. Yeah, I like it, man. Let's do it. All right. So I guess we're coming towards the end of our show, which has been probably our fastest show, but I think that it actually worked out with this format really well. We have 10-15 minutes left. If anybody wants to comment and request to speak or ask us any questions, we're here. If you want to give your take, we're here. Just request and we'll bring you on. Prince, is there anything else on the sporting day that we want to get to? Is there any baseball games that you had questions on, or anything that we wanted to kind of just tackle before heading on out for the day?
No, honestly, nothing really for me. Like I said, I know that we got some favorable weather today for a lot of baseball games, so I would probably expect to see a lot of runs again. Maybe some overs are probably in play. You got to check to see, the weather report, obviously. But I think there's a lot of wind out there, so depending on where we're looking at, I think we could see a lot of runs in baseball. And then, of course, hockey. I'll be watching that and seeing if maybe there's some live looks we can give or I can give out. Maybe we'll even post it on the OnlyBets page. We're gonna try to start posting more content there, by the way, guys. So we need to do a better job of that. So maybe we'll post something over there tonight for live looks or anything in the sports world.
Yeah. All right, Drew, I have a question for you though. Framber Valdez. All right. He's had a rough start to the season, comparatively to his, past season's results. He's really struggling first time around the order, but then he typically settles down. Tigers are definitely a team that I'm going to target today after the first 3 innings. I just wanted to get your opinion on Framber Valdez. Do you have any thoughts on him? Can we expect positive regression? His underlying metrics are really mixed, and his strongest stuff, which is usually his whiff and strikeout, are really struggling.
Yeah, so he's actually been pretty good. His one bad start has destroyed his metrics because if you take away the Twins' 8 earned runs that he gave up, he's only given up 2 runs or less in every single other start. So that Twins game really screwed up a lot of his metrics at the end of the day. And I love the Tigers here in general because they're using a bulk reliever for Brian Bale, who has absolutely been atrocious. And if you just look at his metrics, like first time and like second and third time around the order, I think if they just get a normal Framber start, they're going to dominate because there's a reason they're doing a reliever for the Red Sox, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I really hope Brandeo turns it around. He really did show a lot of promises at points in the last year or two. All right, one last game that I wanted to talk about, and that's going to your Giants, Logan Webb versus Bueller. Got to give a heavy lean towards the Giants here, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts on this game, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to shout out our rookie Trevor McDonald yesterday, who had 7 innings pitch, 1 earned run, and it was Jackson Merrill. But yeah, the Giants, they generally do pretty well against the Padres recently. Like if you look at it, like I know we have a terrible record, we're not a good team, but we did beat them at 2 out of 3. And Logan Webb looks like he's gotten back more into his form. His last 3 starts have looked pretty dang good. And this is a team that's seen Logan Webb a lot, but one player mainly has success in Merrill. And you can't really trust, Walker Buehler. So I kind of like the Giants. So I'm not like, honestly, I didn't expect this one yesterday with Trevor McDonald, but he did pretty dang well. But to be unbiased, I think the Giants are in bad value with Logan Webb, their ace on the mound, pitching at -130.
Stern, are you there? You got mute?
Sorry. I X'd out and I had to rejoin. Yeah, I definitely lean Giants overall. I actually have a lean to the over there. I don't really trust either starter as much as I thought I would. Just anyway, thoughts. All right. Let's get in a recap. Unless Michael, you want to come on in and ask us anything. We definitely appreciate you. If you have any on the ground report to report.
They've got a big game this Sunday. The Old Ferns, Celtic Rangers, I believe. Massive game over there in the Scottish Premier League this Sunday morning. So I'm sure he's ready and geared up for that. His Celtic need to win that game to keep pace with Hearts for the SPL title there. So
Yeah, I will say actually, I bet on Kansas City. Soccer. There was a lean that my model had towards Sporting Kansas City against Portland this Saturday. So I took the Kansas City draw no bet at +380.
I don't hate it.
A little sprinkle.
I don't hate it. Portland is not a good team either. So yeah, that's probably a winnable game for Kansas City.
I mean, it was really just a value play at +380, and then the push insurance, which was really just too good to ignore. But anyway, Michael, looking out for you, and anytime I see Sporting Kansas City, I think of you. All right, Drew, why don't you give us your best bets, and we'll get on out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Here, 1 second. I have it right here. Perfect. So Drew Rasmussen under 17.5 outs at -104. It's not me, it's Drew. It's Drew Rasmussen. But Sandy Alcantara over 18.5 outs, +140. Matt Bolding anytime goal scorer at +145. And then Marcus Smart over 1.5 threes at -140. And Sprinkle Bryce Harper home run at +375.
I love it. I like how all three of us picked Philly as our home run plays. I took the Blue Jays Rays first 3 under 2.5 -140, Mets -1.5 -105, and then my home run sprinkle of the day, Adolis Garcia +475. Prince, close us out.
Yeah, so for me, guys, we're looking at the Champions League. I like Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, both teams to score at -110. In baseball tonight, give me the Twins over 2.5, Yankees over 2.5, and the Athletics over 1.5. Comes in at -115. We're going to sprinkle Kyle Schwarber to go yard and hit a home run at +209. And then in the NBA playoffs, give me the Cleveland Cavaliers +3.5. And we are going to also take the Thunder team total over 115.5. You can get both of those around -110 value. That's going to do it for us today, guys. This has been your OnlyBets Sports Podcast Tuesday edition. For Drew DeLucchi and Stern Bets, I am the Prince of Picks. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesdays. Enjoy the sports slate and the cashing out these tickets. We'll be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Catch us over on X at OnlyBets Podcast. And until then, we appreciate you guys as always, and we will talk to you all soon. Thanks.